One.
Okay, so hi guys, it's Milyn, and me and my group mates, Aji and Jayla, studied the Songhai Empire, and today we're going to share some info with you all. First, let's talk about where it is and where it all started. So, the Songhai Empire is located in the region of West Africa and lays over Mali, Niger, and Nigeria. Some natural features include the Niger River, rainforests, the grasses of the savanna, and the Sahara Desert. Being in West Africa with territory on the coast made trade easier. Also, the hot and wet climate limited the amount of crops they were able to grow because it's not the easiest thing to grow crops somewhere where it's hot and humid. So, the Songhai Empire was established in Gao, Mali in 800 AD, and Gao was made their capital 200 years later in the 11th century. And if you look at the map here, it will show you how big the Songhai Empire was. It shows the Niger River running directly through the middle, and it shows Timbuktu, Gao, Kaumbi, Saleh, and Jini, which are all important cities in the Songhai Empire. So next we're going to talk about the government. So the Songhai Empire was a succession of dynasties, and the central government was a patrimonial dynastic system. And what that means is the successors were chosen by the father's bloodline. A sovereign served as a head of state, commander of armed forces, and the head of the government. The government was divided into executive ministries, advisors, religious leaders, security, and members of the imperial family assisted the emperor in administrative tasks. The empire was divided into urban districts that had at least 35 cities which blended into surrounding territories. The emperor appointed leadership to maintain the population and appointed governors to lead the urban districts. The emperor was the only person that had final authority to enact law by decree, appoint government leaders, and create treaties with foreign states. Each city had a court system with appointed judges who administered a blend of Islamic and tribal law. Next, we're going to dig into some economy. So, the Songhai's economy was based off of trade because of their location. Timbuktu and Gao were the major trading spots that had nuts, gold, ivory, spices, and palm oil that were traded for salt, cloth, gold, horses, and metal. Wealth was made through trade and taxation. Food was needed for travel across the Sahara Desert, so the government encouraged agricultural improvements. Farming, fishing, and mining were Songhai's main specializations. They had beans, sheep, onions, millet, papaya, etc. Small farmers, traders, and societies were united into stronger trading blocs. The slave trade was a major factor in the economic development of Songhai. Slaves were used for heavy work and as soldiers. So these are the trade routes used by the Songhai Empire. So you can't really see. Oh, look, I zoomed in. This is all the things that were being traded and where. And the little dots here are where there was settlement and where everything was coming in and out. So you can see here there was copper trade, ivory, gold, slaves, and fish, ceramics, cotton, salt, beads, and all of that stuff. All of that contributed to the economy and the wealth of the Songhai Empire. Lastly, we're going to dig into the religion. So, The religion of Islam was introduced in 1019, but many residents did not change from their traditional beliefs. And they actually didn't have to change because the rulers, the monarchy, didn't require for any of the peoples to, follow one set religion. So rulers and higher class citizens usually practiced the Islamic faith, and lower class citizens practiced the traditional African religion. So traditional African religions were practiced by almost everyone who was not Islamic. So only two forms of religion were abundantly present. But there's a lot of African religions. So there's not only two religions, but it was either Islam or it was people um, believing in one of their African traditional religions. So no one was ever persecuted or forced the conversion of different religions because the rulers were tolerant. So before the introduction of Islam, the only religion were the traditional African religions. The strongest Islamic state in Western Africa at its peak. So the Songhai Empire was the strongest empire when it came to Islam. And religious beliefs do not clash with traditional beliefs. And that's religion. And also, I wanted to point out that this background picture is actually a picture of an Islamic mosque, which is one of three, I believe, of the ancient mosques that still stand in West Africa. And this one, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it off there. Thank you guys for watching our presentation. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a lot of things about the Songhai Empire, and I hope you didn't cringe too much at my voice. So, thanks. And shout out to Dr. Pratt. Peace.